Yeah, well, I'll go into sea, my home port, when I ended my career in the Merchant Marines was San Francisco. When I'd come in and pay off, I used to go down to the Manx Hotel. There's a place off to the left of it that it was called a Paddock Lounge. I used to go in there because Big Nick had a place in New Orleans. It used to be my previous home port, and I did visit there every now and then. But I used to go there when I had the money, right after I got paid off, because it was so damn expensive. And he ran a stable of whores out there that probably, I don't know if San Francisco police knew it or not, but anyhow, it was a piano bar type scene at that time in the mid '60s, early '60s, and met a lot of people there and drinking, and it was pretty expensive. Yeah, I think it was. I don't know if it was Brody, one of the quarterbacks of the San Francisco 49ers came there. He'd be buying drinks for people. And there's other celebrities that come in. I didn't know who the hell they were, so it didn't matter to me. I picked up a few girls there, and I had one girl from Lusitania that worked up at Union Square was there, and she'd apparently it was pretty high in their ranks because she and I got to drinking, and I got telling her some history about Big Nick down in New Orleans, and she got all excited and said, "Well, hell, let's go down there." And I said, "Well, I don't know if I can afford to go down there." She said, "No, it's free. We'll fly down there." I said, "You're shitting me." So she said, "Yeah." So we went out and jumped in the cab, and here I am. I left all my gear up in the Arlington Hotel, and I don't think I had's what I had on, and here we go into New Orleans. And we get down and thought it was all bull. Anyhow, we get down to the airport, SFO, San Francisco, South City, and she goes in the office down there at Lusitania and comes back out and had two tickets. I don't think it was United, some other airline. Couldn't believe it. And it wasn't Lusitania. We flew down there. Yeah, it took about 4 or 5 hours, I guess. And we got in there about 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm half asleep. I slept a little bit on the plane, but we started bullshitting. But anyhow, we got there and started walking around. It was daytime and half dozed out. And I took her to places I used to work on Bourbon Street. The Gunga Den, I lived above it. It was a bar on Bourbon. And took her down there and showed her where the bar was, and went on down the street a little bit farther by Al Hurt's place, and crossing there I used to work at the Bourbon Street Art Gallery for Eddie Manzum, and next to it I worked over there at Dixieland Hall. Al Clark owned it. Then went to Pat O'Brien's. Of course, they were cleaning up for the night before, and his famous hurricane drinks and all that. Showed her all that, went over to Jackson Square, showed her where I met a bunch of artist friends that were pretty famous in California for working in Walt Disney, and all of them used to come there and do portraits and all. We messed around that day, stayed at the Roosevelt Hotel that night, and flew back to San Francisco the next day, so I'd gone down there. In 3 days gone, I went back to the hotel and checked in. Later, after another trip, I came back in, and I went to Paddock Lounge again. Had several $100s in my pocket, feeling rich, and started drinking and partying around. And I guess it was Big Nick or somebody, the bartender. I think it was Big Nick himself. I'm not sure. But anyhow, he said, "Do you know this guy down here?" And I said, "No, I don't." He was sitting there. It was afternoon, and he was a tall guy. Man, he must have been 6'4", 6'3". Nice looking man. He was a sharp looking dude, man. Had a gray streak in his hair and all. I think it is some big executive or another celebrity of some sort. Anyhow, I got talking to him and he asked what I did. And I said I was a merchant marine and sailed on ships out of the SUP up here. Told him where the Union Hall was and all. We got talking, and I asked what he did, and he said he was in the entertainment industry. Well, I didn't recognize him from anything because I didn't watch TV back in them days. And night came on. I was pretty sloshed by then, but we got to drinking, and he said, "Well, let's go eat something. I'm hungry for some French food or something like that." So we went up either on Bush or Gary, somewhere up, some big French restaurant. Went in there, and all I had on was a Banlon shirt and the slacks. And the maitre d' said, you got to have a shirt and tie. And I said, well, we'll go somewhere else. He said, no, you're going to stay here. Don't you have a tie you can loan or loaner? And a guy come out with a suit, coat, and a bow tie with him clip-on bow ties. Here I am in a band-on shirt. They're clipping a bow tie on my neck. I'm putting this kind of large coat on, and the bow tie I know was sitting at an angle, but I didn't give a shit. I was drunk, didn't care. We went in there and people were looking, and I figured they were looking at my strange looks because I did look fucking weird. Yeah, we ate escargot and all that fancy fucking French food and all that, and champagne, and talked about where he was from, and being from San Francisco, he knew a lot of people down here. And so we finished eating, and we went to go out the door, and he says, well, listen, I can oh no, before we went out there, I argued with this guy about paying for it, because I wanted to pay for it since I had the money and felt rich, and he argued with me. He said, no, I got you, I invited you here. And so he paid for it, and went outside. He said, do you need a cab? And I said, no, I don't need a cab. I don't live up the block and around the corner, so live up on Leavenworth and Ellis. He said, okay, glad to meet you, and we shook hands. I can't remember what his damn name was at that time. I just can't remember what. I think he said John. But anyhow, next day I went back to Paddock Lounge, and I was sitting there drinking in the afternoon, and Nick, I think it was Nick, came over and asked me, you know who you were with last night? I said, no. He said, I didn't think so. He said, he used to be a TV star, or was a TV star. I said, no, I don't know. What did he play in? And he said something, lawman or something on TV. You don't know John Russell? He's pretty famous or this, on TV. And I said, no, I don't watch TV. I didn't know him. Seemed like a pretty nice guy, though. And he kind of laughed because I wasn't impressed, but I liked the guy. He was all right. So another adventure at the Paddock Lounge. We'll see you guys later. You take care. Bye.